Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the lecture series videos of Basics of Mechanical Engineering. I am Dr. J.Yokesh, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering in SNS College of Engineering. So in this lecture series video, we are going to discuss about the basics of mechanical engineering. Under the mechanical engineering, we are going to discuss about the welding process. In the previous videos, we have discussed about, we just introduced about the introduction of welding process, advantages, limitations, and the working principle of arc welding process. And we are also classified the welding process. Under classification, many welding processes are there. Among that, the arc welding process is very common process and it is used for most of the fabrication applications. So in this video, we are going to discuss about DCEP arc welding process. So this abbreviation DCEP stands for direct current electrode positive. So we are using DC power supply as a power source, and the electrode is connected with the positive power source. So this process we are going to discuss in this presentation. So let us have a deep dive on this presentation. And this is the illustration which explains direct current electrode positive or reverse polarity welding process. As I mentioned earlier, we have a DC power source. So in this DC power source, we have a positive terminal and the negative terminal. So this electrode positive, so the positive terminal is connected with the electrode holder, and the electrode holder is which holds the electrode. It is used to hold the electrode, and the power is given as a positive power is given to the electrode. So on the other hand, we have a workpiece and it is connected with the negative power source. In the workpiece holder, we have a power source and it is connected to the negative power source. So this is most commonly used in the welding process. So the major the major advantage of this is to we can able to get very good penetration over the weld, and we can get very good bead profile. So that is used for several applications. So the bead profile is very good. We can have a very good surface finish, and it is used for most of the joining applications like LPG cylinders, then construction of ships, then construction of aircraft body, everything. So we can have very tight and leak-proof system in this welding process. So for this reason, most of the electrodes are made with the help of direct current and electrode positive. So in this illustration, the arc is struck between the positive and negative terminal. So we have an potential difference between the 2 points, and the short circuit is made between positive and negative. So which will this is the controlled manner of short circuit which generates an arc between the electrode and the workpiece. So this arc generates enormous amount of heat that is used to melt the parent metal. So sometimes filler metal may be added and filler metal may not be added in the case of very thin welding process. If the workpiece is very thick, we need to additionally add the filler metal. And these are all the most common advantages when we have a DCEP welding process. The advantages include fewer arc outrages. So the spattering of arc can be controlled. We can have very few arc outrages, then less spatter. So spattering means there is diffusion of particles to the ambient. So that is very limited. So we can have a control over the welding process, and easier to start arc. That is by simply striking the electrode between the on the work surface, we can easily generate the arc. On the other hand, other welding process, it is very difficult to generate the arc, and we are having better control in out of position welds. Sometimes we have to use apart from butt welding process, we have a lap welding process and uh, uh, T-welding process, and many other joints are there that may not be in the position, that is out of position welds also is very common for any fabrication work. In that fabrication work, it can be easily positioned, and it is easily welded by means of this welding process. And these are all the references for my presentation. My first reference is Manufacturing Technology, Foundry, Forming and Welding by B.N. Rao, and a textbook of Production Technology by P.C. Sharma. So in this video, we have discussed about the DCEP welding process, which is very commonly used welding process for fabrication applications. So I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you for your attention.